We love them. Hey, thank you for being here today. I hope you had a great Memorial Weekend break, getaway, fun, something. Okay, I'm glad you did. Wow. Like y'all are looking at me like, I don't know about you, I missed you, I missed being here, I missed. Yeah, okay, so we'll just get right into it. Because you are in no mood to have fun. You're like, No, this is church, we'll be serious, stop it. Well, wow. I'm needing to get back to the 9 o'clock. Today I'm just going to tell you right now, I'm going to be a little bit scattered. I'm going to be all over the place, and here's why. Last 2 weeks ago, we got home from church, and for 8 years, I have loved and cuddled and taken care of my iPad. And 2 weeks ago, I dropped it! And it's broken! And I hate the devil! It's not his fault, I dropped it. But I hate the devil! Don't is that what we like to do? Oh, that devil, he's just after me. He made me drop my iPad. No, you fool, you had too many things in your hand and you dropped it. So now I'm using paper. I hate paper. I'm scattered, so I'll say to the camera, hey look, Apple, if you're there, a free iPad Pro would be cool. And I'll advertise for you. I'll tell everyone you sent it to the city. In Jesus' name. I will have Apple. Okay. Tomorrow, by the way, tomorrow is City Church's actual 1 year anniversary. Well, one year, we've been hanging out, we've been building community, super excited about that. Next Sunday, we're going to celebrate it as a corporate group, and here's what we're going to do to celebrate it. Next Sunday only, we're going to do one service at 10 o'clock. One 10 o'clock service next Sunday. We're all going to be, both services come together and love Jesus and hang out and celebrate our one year anniversary. And then following that, we're going to have a taco bar. Food will be served. I'm assuming in the kitchen, but it could, I don't know, it could be, there's going to be a taco bar. And so we need a little help with that. If you can go online to our website, there's a place you can sign up to say, like, I'll bring the tomatoes, or I'll bring the lettuce, or I'll bring the hot sauce, or I'll bring the, we had the discussion earlier, this fish taco, fish. Like, I don't look, I'm blessed that Humberto's is here, and I pray for them. I pray that they increase, I pray that they double in size. We need to bless the economy of El Mirage. But there's like one day a week they do fish over there, and the whole neighborhood knows. It's like we all, and like fish, what's a fish taco? What do you catch a trout, you cut it open, you put your burger in, like fish. So anyway, if you don't know how to go online and help us with our taco bar, you can see Andrea today and let her know that you would be happy to bring something that would make our tacos successful. And here's the list. Listen, here's what's going to happen. I'm going to get emails this week. Tell me how good fish tacos are and how I need to eat them. Don't send them. I won't read them. Okay.
We'll just bring you fish tacos.
Yeah. So, some things just are not to be messed with. It's like taco, burger. Burger. Who was the first guy? Who was the first guy that said, I got it with fish in there? That'll be great. What's that guy? Jesus did not make fish tacos. Jesus made pizza. Jesus made pizza. In fact, David was the first pizza delivery guy. David's dad said, hey, take this cheese and bread to the guys. And David delivered pizza. Maybe. You don't make fish pizza. Okay. As I said, I'm track. I have no iPad, and we are talking about fish tacos. Welcome to church. We're going on to our second year of who we're going to be as a community, and to be really honest with you, I'm super excited about what I really believe Lord's put in my heart of what this community is going to accomplish in the next year, and even more sooner than that. I really do believe that our summer that we're about to embark on is going to be an incredible summer. I wanted to say it'll be the best summer ever, but we've only had one, and that was last year, and it won't be hard to break. But I really do believe there's some great opportunities in front of us. The Lord has set us up for some amazing successes, some amazing celebrations. And next week, as we talk about where we're going for our 1-year celebration, I'll talk more in detail of just what the Lord has already put in place for us to succeed. But I need to remind you that Corinthians tells us that there's a great and effective door that has been opened to me. And it's a wonderful verse. We like the first half. There's a great and an effective door that's been opened to me. And I believe there are some great and effective doors that have opened to City Church that we are about to walk through. But it says this: there's a great and effective door that's been opened to me, and there are many adversaries. So as your pastor and as a church collectively, I would fail you if I don't, as we go into the next year, challenge you more in the depth of your faith, the maturity of your walk with Jesus, the strength of your being, your ability to see beyond yourself and to see what the collective power is as a church. Are you with me? And so I really do believe that beginning today, I really need to step up a challenge to each of us in how we live and how we walk and who we allow even into our lives. So today I want to talk about our vision. I'm going to take us on a journey. We're going to have a collection of talks that follow our celebration next week, where I'm going to talk about generosity and a few weeks of what true generosity is. And unfortunately, when the word generosity is thrown out, the majority of the time we tie it strictly to finances, and that's a very limited, selfish definition of what generosity is. And we need to get a greater understanding of that, because the truth of the matter is generosity and righteousness are the same word. They can't be separated. They have the same meaning and they go together. But that's another teaching in a few weeks. And then when we finish our generosity series, I'm going to do a series on I'm just calling it toxic. And on that toxic series, listen, we have a lot of toxicity in our lives. We have toxic thinking. We think about ourselves in negative ways. We think about each other in negative. We have toxic thoughts. There's toxic religion that we need to deal with there. There's toxic judgment that is out there. There's a lot of toxicity in our lives that I'm going to walk us through. And as we grow and increase in our knowledge and revelation of the amazing grace upon grace that Jesus offers, we're going to walk through some great and effective doors and have an amazing summer. So today really is more about our future than it is about today. Proverbs 29:18 says, it's an interesting verse that has a very deep revelation for us. Proverbs 29:18 says, where there is no vision, the people perish. Now, it's important that we land on that for a minute. Where there is no vision, the people perish. So let me just break that down a little bit, because it's really foundational, fundamental for where we're going today. Where there is no vision, that word vision really is revelation. And that word revelation, really, no revelation was ever for the individual that got the revelation. The true revelation, this revelation vision, is a group revelation. And now I have a revelation that affects the whole. That's what that word vision is. And revelation, we've all had those times in our lives where something that suddenly went clear. It was like, oh, now I get it. For instance, our son Preston, I would send him to, he's not in here, so I can tell the story. I would send him to his room to clean his room, and he would be up in his room for a few hours, and he would come downstairs, and I would say, Preston, is your room clean? He'd say, sure, and I would go upstairs, and I'm like, dude, this is not clean. This is not clean. clean your room. And for years, we had this president, just clean, it's not clean. And one day I was sitting in his room, not very long ago, and I'm sitting in his room, and we were having that friendly conversation. It's not clean. And he had these piles, and I said, President, does this look clean to you? Does this room look clean? And he's like, yeah. So what's this? What is this pile? What is this? He says, well, those are all my clean. Okay, all right. What's this pile? What is this? He says, those are my clean clothes. Okay, all right. And on your desk are all the dishes from the whole house. The whole house. We have no dishes downstairs. They're all right here. And he's like, what's this pile? So that's all my schoolwork. It's my schoolwork. And at that moment, I got this revelation. I went, oh, it's so clean to you is organized piles. Like pile dirty clothes, pile clean clothes, all the dishes, schoolwork. So to you, this is clean because it's organized piles. That's clean. And he's like, yeah. And I'm like, I finally get it. Wow, but guess what? That's not clean to Dad. So, since you're living here on borrowed time, you're going to do it my way. But they had that revelation, and that's what where there's no revelation, where there's no fresh revelation that affects the whole. People, the group, the nation, corporate, that's a corporate word, people, inclusive, large number, the people perish. And the word perish isn't so much die, as much as it really transliterates it. You know, probably should I can send you all the lexicon. But that word perish really is to be uncovered, to be naked, and to not have anyone cover my nakedness. In other words, I'm out there flying solo on the sidewalk, alone. So Proverbs 29:18 really says where there's no revelation that involves the whole will be naked and uncovered, and no one there to cover them. Okay? You with me? Okay. I didn't need to pray because you're just not happy enough. Lord, bless these people. Lord, I ask you to fill this space, let everything we do that you honor. I pray that you bring us to a new understanding, what you want to speak into each of our hearts, each of our souls. And Lord, we just covet grace upon grace today. Thank you, we can trust you. And please, Lord, let Amen. 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 I just feel better praying, God. I feel better. So my family and I, we in the last 2 weeks, Tracy, Parker, and Preston, we went on vacation with several hundred of our closest friends to Disney World. Several 100,000 people. And I love Disney World. I'm like a Disney World freak. And one of my favorite parts of Disney World is to possess what's called a Fast Pass. Now, Fast Pass allows you to cut in line in front of everybody else. So my favorite part of having a Fast Pass is not cutting in line in front of everybody else. My favorite part of a Fast Pass is walking past everybody else and letting them know I got a Fast Pass. You know. That I love Disney. I'm a Disney guy. I got my Disney shirt on today. And by the way, the picture on here matches my watch. If you want to see him closer, I'll let him. We're walking around, people of all languages. We heard German, we heard Asian, we heard all different languages. We heard people that were speaking Arabic. We had people in that phony British accent. It was just, it was a crazy time. And in that, I realized, Disney's kind of theme is, this is the happiest place on earth. And I looked at Tracy one time and I said, somebody needs to remind these people, this is the happiest place on earth. Like, they're just mad. And something happens there. Like, families walk in the morning with little children. It's like, hey, kids, it's going to be awesome. Same families 4 hours later, fighting and screaming and crying. I don't know. They forget they're in the happiest place on earth. Walt Disney died in 1966. And Disney World opened in 1971. And when it opened, as Walt's son, an employee of Disney World, was standing at the main street looking down at the castle and the opening of Disney World. And this employee said to Walt's son, "Your dad would have loved to have seen this." And his son said, "Oh, he did." And actually, this is a picture of Walt on a main street where he never stood, talking to Mickey. And this picture really personifies that vision. Because as I read about Walt, everything about him, when he had the vision that he had, was never about Walt. The vision that he had was about blessing other people and giving other people a great place to go, and always having a place where they were served with excellence, where it was never about him. Now I don't mean to draw stark comparisons, but the similar sad story was the empty, tragic end to Michael Jackson's life when he set up his own little Disney World and nobody participated. That Walt had this vision that worked in Proverbs 29:18. He had a revelation that would cover the group. And this group would work together to perpetuate what today is the #1 vacation destination in the world. 52 million visitors a year because of a guy that died in 1961 or 1966 but saw something bigger than himself. Philippians 3. The Apostle Paul is writing this letter to Philippian church, to the city of Philippi. And as writing this letter, Paul is in prison. He's not just in prison, he's in the inner prison. And as he's in the inner prison, he's been lied about, he's been falsely accused, he's been beaten, he's been shipwrecked, he's had just a crazy, crazy life. He's gone without food, he's been starved, and he's in the dungeon, and he's in the dungeon of the prison. And the key understanding of the dungeon is that the root word of dungeon is dumb. So he's in the dumb of the prison. So he's in a bad place. And as he writes that, he pens this letter to the Philippians, and he's about to be killed by the Romans, and he pens this letter, and this letter of Philippians is really referred to the book of joy, because so often Paul writes about his joy, and it's his strength. The joy of the Lord is my strength. It's a very common phrase from the book of Philippians. And Paul, as he's writing this in this dungeon, in this dark place, Paul says to us, he says in Philippians 3:13, he says this one thing I do. And then, because I love the way Paul writes, Paul writes in run-on sentences, which is how I talk, so we get along. And so in his run-on sentence, he says, this one thing I do. And then if you notice the verse, there's a colon, there's a stop, and then there's a sentence and a comma. So it's like he says, this one thing I do. Oh, wait! Before I tell you this one thing I do, like there's one thing I do. Down in this dungeon, there's one thing I do. How do you survive there, Paul? There's one thing I do. But before I tell you this one thing I do, but before I say that, I forget what lies behind me. The successes, the failures, the offenses, the insults, the lies, the brokenness, the healing. I forget what lies behind me. I forget what lies behind me, and I look at what lies ahead of me. I want to promise you, no matter how dark, no matter how bright your past is, his forward is better than your past. This needs to pull you. This got to stop holding you. He said, what lays behind me, I forget. That is rubbish. I look what lies ahead. And he says, I look what lies ahead, and I strain forward. When I hear that word strain, I picture my Usain Bolt, world's fastest man from Jamaica. And when he's running the 100-meter run, when you watch that man run, every muscle, every tendon, every part of his body is strained. Everything he has, Paul says, I strain forward. It's going to be work. This is going to try every day. This Goliath is going to get up and parade in front of me and tell me I should live in fear of it. Every day this Goliath is going to get up and tell me how bad I am. Every day this Goliath is going to get up and remind me of how much fear I should live in. But I will strain forward. I will strain forward. And what will I strain forward to? Oh, that's the one thing I'll do. I will answer the upward call. He always calls us up. Jesus does not want you beat down. Jesus wants you built up. The Bible says, this narrative says that He is the lifter of our head. He is the fragrance of the valley. It makes me look up and want to see what's out there. He is the light to my path. And Paul says, look, there's this one thing I do. One thing I do. I answer the upward call. This dung, this prison, this addiction, this brokenness, it can't hold me. This is nothing. This surrounding, this place I'm in, it's nothing. I don't even see it. I'm past it. I lay it down. I answer the upward call. Let's go to the upward call. I go to the upward call in Christ Jesus. Sometimes we can hear that and sit here and go, oh, that was easy for him. Or sometimes, quite honestly, it happens where we can be in a gathering like this and get the perception of like, oh, Pastor, it's easy for you to say, you don't know what I've been through. Oh, Pastor, man, we see your life 18 to 20 minutes a week. We know it's easy. We know you got it easy. Yeah. Let me just give you one. Tracy and I started the church back in July 10th, 2003. Some of you know about the story, but some of you don't know behind the story. July 4th of 2009, we had our 4th of July celebration where we would invite the neighborhood to come over for a barbecue, and then we had a church with a flat roof, and we would allow people to get up on the roof and watch the neighborhood fireworks. And on July 4th of 2009, it was no different than any other. We were celebrating. We invited the neighborhood, and we were coming over to getting up on the roof to watch the fireworks. July 4th of 2009, a little 8-year-old girl named Jasmine Flanky was crawling on a piece of ductwork. About 40 other people on the roof. She was crawling along with a piece of ductwork. And she reached across to another piece of ductwork just 9 inches away. She was electrocuted and died. And I was at the bottom of the ladder of the building, and I could hear the screaming, and I climbed up the ladder, and when I got to the top of the ladder, I could see Jasmine's lifeless body. And then looked just a few feet away, and it was my son, my son Preston, at the time he was 8 years old. And my first thought, being honest with you, was, well, I'm glad it wasn't my child. But can I tell you, the guilt that I carried for me right now? As the investigation went on about the details of the night and the different steps that were taken, I was discovered that as I was about to go up the ladder, there was an individual in front of me that was climbing the ladder, and his name was, he was from Guam. I don't even really know his real name. We called him Guam. And he was climbing the ladder, and on the back of his calf, I noticed when he got right visible eyesight, eye level, he had a new tattoo on his left calf. And I mentioned, Mommy, that's a pretty cool tattoo. So he climbed down and began to tell me the story behind the tattoo. And as he told me the story behind the tattoo, we were screaming on the roof, and then I scrambled up the ladder. I find out through the investigation that Wami had just gotten home from 2 weeks of training of how to resuscitate someone that had experienced an electrical shock. And I kept him from getting up the roof. Can I tell you the guilt? And as Chad was transported to the hospital in the emergency room, for nearly 2 hours, I stood and I watched in that emergency room. I watched my wife Tracy pray and worship over Jasmine's body, and even after about an hour, they declared her dead. Tracy would not let them take her body. She said, "No, I'm going to pray her back. I'm believing. For another hour, she worshiped and prayed over Jasmine. Finally, after about 2 hours, an hour after she'd been declared dead, a tear formed in Jasmine's eye. communicated to Tracy that it's okay. Can I tell you the guilt? Guilt right here? Watch my mic. Can I tell you that when we, for the next several months, my 8-year-old son, Preston, went through perpetual nightmares and had to sleep with his older sister. She was also on the roof, and she lived with so much fear she couldn't even plug in her curling iron because of the electricity. Fear, it gripped her. And as her dad, I couldn't take it away from her. And as her pastor, I'm the one that said it was okay for people to get on the roof, and I did. Okay. And for 3 years of insurance agencies and lawyers and lawsuits, and having to get back up on the roof and relive the story. And I didn't lead well. I began to focus here, and the church began to dwindle and shrink. And in 2012, March of 2012, when finally all the legal standings were completed, and I had to go to my board of directors and say to them, look, I'm not healthy, and I haven't been healthy for a while. The truth of the matter is, last year, I don't even know how many sermons, probably didn't plagiarize it, made it up. I tell you the guilt that I had to carry in that confession. So we can walk through that season of life and we forget that Romans 8:28. We like to hold Romans 8:28 because it says, for we know, we're confident, we're dialed in, nothing can change us. We know, we're intimate with, we've got this, is what we hold to. We know. Listen to this, it says, we know that for those who love God, and for those who love God, all things work together for good for those who are called. Did you hear don't miss what's really being said in there. This is a we. This is for we. We know. He didn't say I know. We know. All things, plural, work together for those, all of us, those that love God. Did that bring Jasmine back? No. So how do all things work together? I'll tell you how all things work together. Because the tragedy that I walked through, I got some things that can help you work together with your things. And the stuff you walked through, you got some stuff to work together with all my things. And stuff that you got is something you need. And stuff you got is something you need. And stuff you got is something you need. But I know all things work together. Work together. All things work together for those who love God. Amen. If our vision is about me and myself, and it's not about all things working together, I don't understand what community of city church is about. I'm not sure my voice will last. I was down here last night, worshiping and screaming like a kid on a ride. Very much voice left. You see, all things work together is really a picture of the Proverbs. It says this: you're walking through a tragedy that involves sudden death. You're walking through something where guilt holds you prisoner. I'm going to cover your nakedness. And in this community, this is the one place we need to be able to come and say, right now, I'm walking through a season of life, and I have no clue what to do, and I feel completely naked. In City Church, all things work together. We cover each other's nakedness. Because our revelation is not about us, it's about winning each other towards the kingdom. All things work together. Hebrews 12 says this. It says, therefore. Whenever you read therefore, you need to ask, what's that therefore? Hebrews 12. Therefore, he's referring to chapter 11. And chapter 11 is the great hall of faith where all the matriarchs and patriarchs of the faith are described. Not all, but many. And he describes their successes and he describes their failures. He describes their weaknesses and he describes their strengths. And so the matriarchs and patriarchs of the faith are described, and as many as he can, he describes them, the writer describes us in Hebrews 11, and as he concludes his chapter about the matriarchs and patriarchs of faith, he said, therefore, since this cloud of witnesses is surrounding us, listen to what he says. Since we are surrounded by so great a cloud of witnesses, let us lay aside every weight and sin which clings so closely. Let us run with the endurance the race that's set before us, looking to Jesus, the founder and the perfecter of our faith. I don't know if you heard it. I'm going to guess you did, but you may have missed it. Did you hear it? Let me read it with a little different emphasis of what's being said here. Therefore, since we are surrounded by so great a cloud of witnesses, let us also lay aside every weight and sin which clings so closely. Let us run with endurance the race that was set before us, looking to Jesus, the founder and the perfecter of our faith. Praise God for whosoever believes.
Amen. Amen.
Listen, I have probably written 15 vision statements for this church. I've prayed about what's a vision statement, the vision statement, the vision statement. And to be honest with you, here's what I plan. That we can come up with a compelling vision statement. I can come up with a compelling vision statement. I can come up with a cool little 140 character vision statement that we can tweet like a madman. We can come up with vision statements, and vision statement, love God, love people. We can come up with a vision statement that says, every person we meet will have a free meal. We come up with a vision statement that says, before I go to bed, I will tell somebody about Jesus. We come up with a compelling vision statement that says, City Church will be a church that changes a city. We come up with all kinds of compelling vision statements. But the truth of the matter is, I refuse to come up with a vision statement that we can hide behind that we're not living here first.
Amen.
Remember that part at the beginning where I said I want to challenge you a little more? Here it comes. The raw truth, the most glaring bottom line of this matter, that we really are part of the revelation of this community of City Church. If we really are dialed in on vision and wanting no one to perish or go uncovered, if really that's what is causing us to thrive, listen to me, Sunday mornings are not an option. They wouldn't be. Why wouldn't it be? Because there's no way I'm going to miss a morning where I have something that I'm going to bring that's going to cover your nakedness. And I am not going to miss a morning where my nakedness is glaring and I need somebody to come and help me cover it. I am not about to miss an opportunity to lead someone into the kingdom or to have someone lead me into the kingdom. There is no way I'm going to lay down this corporate gathering, this community gathering, this group of people that understands that revelation brings life, and revelation brings more than life. I press on towards the upward call. I'm telling you what, Sunday morning is not an option. Sunday morning is mandatory because I got something you need. You got something I need, and God forgive me if I don't show up on the one day you need someone to help you walk through a challenge. Actually, we want the church with good programs. You are the program! Checking the time. And who cares? I don't have an iPad. Well, first thing is, do you not know that in a race, all runners run? How dare we think that anything in this room in the last 7 days would run a race before him? How dare we think
And this heaven is just for you. Don't you know that all around you? Don't you know that the weight of the world is heavy and joyous from time to time, day to day, week to week? Don't you know all around you? How dare you show up with us? That's not your job. That's our religion. In Jesus' name. But don't you know all around us? Then it says that only one received the prize. That's like,
What's up with that? I'm out. You want to run? Run. There's only one getting a prize. I'm not as fast as you anyway, so go get it. Only one gets the prize. I'll just hang out right here because my life motto is no pain, no pain. Get out there. Yeah, I'll look at that trophy once you get it, bro. That's not what that verse is saying. That word one, only one, that word one is an individual, it's not singular. That word one is about the whole, completeness, maturity. Jesus met 10 lepers. And said these 10 lepers, you. Now go do what you're supposed to do ritually. Tell the priests, let them see your brother healed. One guy comes back. Says, Jesus, like, wow, I want to thank you for like that healing thing. Like, that's cool. That's really, really cool. And I want to thank you. And Jesus goes, didn't I heal 10 of y'all? And the guy goes, yeah, you did. Jesus says to him, you're the only one that's whole. You're the only one that's mature. Because others got their healing, but they were whole. That's what that one is. Don't you know that all runners run? That only when we're whole, when we're covering each other's nakedness, when our revelation and vision is about the collective group, when we make each other whole, when we fit together the pieces, when the stones that are being built into living stones come together and not dead bricks, but living stones, build something, we win a prize. We win a prize. We win a prize. This guy named Lazarus. Lazarus has two sisters, Mary and Martha. Lazarus gets sick. So they send messengers to Jesus. They say, hey, Jesus, Lazarus, like, the brother is sick, not doing well. Jesus says, it's cool. Hangs out a couple of days. Then he says to his boys, hey, like, we're going to go deal with this Lazarus thing. And his boys are like, he's probably just sleeping. Jesus says, you don't get it. No, he's dead. Dead so I can teach you a lesson. Come on. So they get there, and his sisters come out and go, Jesus, we know. They gave the religious words. Jesus, we know. We know. You could have raised him up. We know, but you didn't. You didn't. But we know you could have. Jesus is like, yeah, you really don't get who I am, do you? I really get this. So he goes into the graveyard, and Jesus says, Lazarus, come forth! Now, I'm convinced that Jesus had to be specific. He had to go like, Lazarus, come forth. Because if Jesus would have just said, come forth, every grave in the place would have opened. Like, oh, no, you all go back. My bad. Lazarus. Sorry, my bad. No, he walks in and he goes, Lazarus, come forth. Let me tell you something, church. He is calling you by name. He is calling you by name from what used to hold you. He is saying to you, can you please be a Paul? Can you forget what lies behind you? Can you please, I'm calling you by name to come out of that. And as Lazarus comes forth, Jesus gives a command. He gives an instruction through the tunnel of time, from 2,000 years ago, Jesus gives City Church a distinct instruction. As Lazarus comes out of the tomb, it says he was in his grave clothes, and Jesus gives City Church an instruction. He says to those around him, you unbind him, and you let it go. You come alongside that brother and help him get rid of his holding back. You come alongside one another and take off those grave clothes and let them walk in freedom. No, I can do it. I did my part. I raised him up. Now you unbind him and let him go. Don't you judge him. Don't you criticize him. Don't you gossip about him. Don't you slander about him. Don't you wonder about him. No, you unbind him. You unbind him and you let him go. That's what you need to see in church. That's vision where nobody perishes.